When buying a smartphone, a lot of people opt for picking up a device that has the largest display possible. They don't necessarily do this because they love just carrying around a large device with them everywhere that they go, but they want the most immersive experience possible at all times. The downside to that is that you then have a massive device that weighs a lot, but that you really don't take true advantage of unless you're watching something full screen like a movie or a TV show or even just playing a game. But if you want that same experience, or arguably one that's even better, this is the solution that you're looking for. The Rokid Max turns your smartphone into a pair of smart glasses, giving you a truly immersive experience that you probably have always been looking for from your smartphone. Besides using products like these at trade shows a couple times a year, I've never really had a pair of AR glasses here in the studio, so I'm definitely excited to check these out. So let's kick things off with a quick unboxing. First up, we have the Rokid Max. Inside the box, you have a nice carrying case that's perfect for making sure that the AR glasses are nice and protected when you're throwing them into your bag and just carrying them around. The glasses come with an extra nose pad to make sure that you do get a nice fit because everyone's face is just a little bit different in size. There's also a USB-C type cable that's used to connect the glasses to your smartphone or any device that has a DisplayPort connection. So you can connect this to a laptop or even your PlayStation. The overall look of the Rokid Max is honestly pretty minimalist, especially with the clip-on visor that helps make the scene a little bit darker if your room is too bright. While these glasses are just a little bit large, most people would honestly have to take a second look at them before they realize that they're not a pair of just oversized sunglasses. Above the lenses are the diopter adjustment wheels that allow you to change the focal length so that the built-in screens are always in focus, and these can be adjusted independently for the left and right eye. This, I have to say, is a nice touch so that they work perfectly for people who do have prescription glasses that they carry around with them so that the screens are always in focus. When you do take the visor off, this is when you can actually get a closer look at the transparent lenses and the true design of the Rokid Max. And I have to say, it's definitely a lot more elegant than what I was expecting. This second box is the Rokid Station, which allows you to use the AR smart glasses without having to connect it to a smartphone or a laptop. And together, Rokid is selling them as the Rokid AR Joy Pack. Since the phone that I'm currently using, the Pixel 8 Pro, doesn't have a DisplayPort out, the Rokid Station is actually the perfect combination with the Rokid Max. The Rokid Station is like having an Android TV set-top box that's honestly just been miniaturized to fit into the palm of your hand. On top of that, it includes a built-in battery that's used to power the Rokid Station, but also the Rokid Max, since that needs power as well. And then the body of this thing also doubles as the remote control. The design of this is pretty sleek and compact, with a blue finish along the front and the back, and then a power button on the right-hand side. And then on the front, we have a large D-pad up top with a center action button, and then below that, 4 black buttons, which give you controls for home, menu, and back. And then on the right-hand side, we have the volume rocker. And since text input on Android TVs is just notoriously difficult, the Rokid Station also has a built-in microphone that can be used for quick content searches with your voice, or also, if you are in the US, with Google Assistant as well, to do quick searches with speech-to-text recognition. When it comes to the glasses themselves, I have to say that they fit pretty nice. Now, I do need to make adjustments from time to time with the diopter wheels just to make sure that the screens are in focus, simply based off of where they're sitting on my nose. But it looks pretty good, even with the transparent lenses as opposed to having the visors on. The optical displays that you have about a 50-degree field of view. Now, this doesn't stretch from edge to edge all the way across the screen like you might imagine, but honestly, you wouldn't want that, since it would be like sitting in the front row of a movie theater and your eyes would constantly be moving from side to side just to make sure you're taking in the full view. And for reference, Rokid does say that using these glasses does simulate looking at a 360-inch TV at a distance of about 10 meters. For comparison, this here is a 60-inch TV at a little under 3 meters or just about 3 yards, and the Rokid definitely offers the larger display at this distance. The screens here also offer 120 Hz refresh rates and 600 nits of brightness. I'd say that the brightness is definitely more than enough in most indoor scenarios, just as long as you're not directly looking into a light source. One thing that I honestly wasn't expecting was just how good the audio is from the built-in speakers here. It's not loud enough to be used on a bus or an airplane for that matter. But if you are in a room on your own and you really don't want to put a pair of earbuds in to listen to the audio from the content that you're watching, this will definitely do the trick. Once you're plugged in, you are set and ready to go. The Rokid Station delivers that full Android TV experience with that clean interface and access directly to apps that are specifically designed for content consumption. What's also worth mentioning though, that Rokid Station is the very first Google certified Android TV device for AR glasses, since other devices might have Android TV built into them, but they don't have Google certification, which means they have other workarounds just to make things work properly. Over the past week, I've used the Rokid Max in conjunction with the Rokid Station quite a bit, just to catch up on a handful of TV shows that I've been lagging behind on Max and Disney Plus over my lunch break. And rather than sitting on my couch and just watching the regular TV, having this experience instead is honestly pretty much identical, except for the fact that I get a larger display here with these glasses that's right in front of me with no interruptions or distractions. I did find that I do prefer using these with the visors just because it gives you the best visual experience possible. But I do make sure just to take it off when someone else is in the house, just to make sure that I'm fully aware of everything that's going on around me. The only real limitation to the Rokid Station itself is that it's most effective when used at home, or maybe even if you're taking it along with you to the office, because this is a Wi-Fi only device, which means the 32 gigabytes of internal storage is pretty limiting once you get a couple apps and games installed on here. And if you want to load up your own files and portable media, you're going to run out of storage a lot sooner than what you might expect. Now, of course, we do need to talk about battery life with the Rokid Station. It does have a 5,000 milliamp hour cell that's built in, which in our testing was good enough to get us through 5 to 6 hours streaming content from this device to the glasses themselves. And that's definitely more than enough for a movie or two, or even a longer gaming session with some of the built-in apps that you can get installed on the Android TV interface here. But it does have a built-in USB-C port at the bottom, which means you can plug this thing in and charge it while it's in use as well, which means technically your runtime can be limitless as long as you have a long enough cable to get this plugged in and a wall charger nearby. One other feature that I definitely took advantage of with the Rokid Station is that you can plug a USB cable into the bottom of it and then plug the other end into your smartphone. Now, this isn't going to transfer anything from one device to the other, but it will use the battery on the inside of the Rokid Station to charge your smartphone, which makes taking the Rokid Station around with you everywhere you go even more appealing, which means it's now just turned into a battery bank when I need to charge another device, but also giving me the ability to power the Rokid Max with the smart glasses. I've also been using the Rokid Max a lot to play games on my laptop, but even my smartphones. And by that, I don't mean the Pixel 8 Pro because it doesn't have a DisplayPort out, but it works perfectly well with my Galaxy S23 Ultra, simply mirroring everything that's on the display. But as mentioned before, you can also connect it directly to a gaming console like a Nintendo Switch or even a PlayStation, which can be a lifesaver if you have a larger family who's constantly fighting over who gets to use the large screen TV to watch a movie or a TV show. But with the Rokid Max, having this as an option where someone can simply go to another room and have still that immersive experience makes it completely invaluable. And one last thing, I do want to mention that it also works with the new iPhone devices from Apple because they now have USB-C ports at the bottom, and you can simply plug in the Rokid Max directly here and see everything that's on your device. And Rokid's also ensured that it's fully compatible with the new spatial video feature that's built into the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, which I honestly definitely recommend. Personally, I am looking forward to using the Rokid Max on my next flight because having a laptop out while you're sitting on a flight with somebody right next to you watching everything that you're doing, especially when you're editing videos like this one, is just really uncomfortable. So having these as a larger display that gives me a much larger canvas to work with than the 13-inch laptop screen is going to be a game changer in getting work done on a flight. And of course, that also means that you're not limited to the selection of in-flight movies either, since I'll be able to watch pretty much anything that I bring with me. I've definitely enjoyed using the Rokid Max and the Rokid Station over the last couple weeks. If you're the type of person who's looking for an immersive content experience, this combination is definitely something worth checking out. And if you want to do so, be sure to check out the Rokid AR Joy Pack. That's going to be linked in the description below if you want to make sure that you get the combo at a great discount. If you have any questions about either of these two devices, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.